Alex thought he was safe online. He'd seen our last video, learned about adware, and felt totally confident. He updated his antivirus, used strong passwords, and knew not to click on sketchy downloads. But he had no idea he was about to face a threat that didn't target his computer, it targeted his trust. It all started with a friendly message and a deal that sounded a little too perfect. He was about to learn why the biggest weakness in any security system isn't the software, but the person staring at the screen. A message pops up on his social media. It's not from a friend, but from an account that looks legit. The profile pic is a slick logo for Tech Glimpse, and the bio says, "Your daily window into tomorrow's tech." The account has a ton of followers and a feed packed with cool gadgets and news. It looks real. Alex, being a huge tech fan, had even followed them a week ago. The message is super casual. "Hey Alex. We see you're a big fan of our content. We love your engagement." Alex is surprised, but hey, it feels good. He types back, "Yeah, you guys post some cool stuff." The reply is instant. "Awesome. To thank our best followers, we're doing a private giveaway. We have the brand new, unreleased, Starlight smartphone. You know, the one everyone's talking about? We're giving away 5, and you're a finalist." Alex's heart just about stops. The Starlight phone. He's read the leaks. It's supposed to be a game changer, and it's not out for another 6 months. I mean, this is the definition of too good to be true, right? That little voice of doubt he was so proud of starts to speak up. "That's insane," he types. "How do I know this is real?" Totally get the skepticism. The message comes back, with a friendly emoji. "That's why the group is so small. Check our latest post, you'll see we teased a giveaway. We're just giving our top followers a head start. To lock in your spot, just go to our official entry portal and verify you're you. Just to make sure you're not a bot. Simple." The message has a link, techglimpse-official-entry.com. It looks right, the name is there, the flattery, the exclusive prize, and the professional-looking account all start to chip away at his caution. The fear of missing out on this insane deal starts to feel bigger than the fear of getting scammed. I mean, what's the harm in just looking? He hovers his mouse over the link, his mind racing. This could be it. He clicks. Okay, stop, let's stop right there. What's happening to Alex isn't a virus. No malware is secretly downloading, at least not yet. This is something way more clever and, honestly, way more effective. This is social engineering. And get this, according to multiple cybersecurity reports, social engineering is a factor in the vast majority of all cyber attacks. Some analyses even show that up to 98% of attacks rely on some form of social engineering. That number is insane. It means for almost every major hack, every data breach, every story you hear about someone losing their savings, a person was manipulated. So, what is it? Simply put, social engineering is the art of hacking people, not computers. It's a high-tech con game where attackers use psychological tricks to get you to make security mistakes or give up your private info. Think of a magician. They use misdirection and play on your expectations to make you see what they want. A social engineer does the same thing, but instead of applause, they're after your data, your money, or your access. These guys don't waste time trying to guess a 20-character password. Why would they, when they can just trick you into giving it to them? They exploit the most powerful and predictable operating system on the planet, the human mind. They prey on our basic emotions, trust, curiosity, the desire to be helpful, greed, and especially, our fear. What makes social engineering so terrifying is that it completely bypasses all the expensive security tech. Your firewall, your antivirus, your encrypted hard drive, none of that matters if a hacker can just persuade you to open the digital door and hand them the keys. Alex's story is a perfect example. They didn't hack his account, they flattered him, made him feel special, and dangled a prize he couldn't resist. They're not targeting his phone, they're targeting his judgment. The attack on Alex isn't just one trick, it's a combo of a few. The foundation is something called pretexting. A pretext is a fake story they invent to manipulate you. In this case, the pretext is the whole, exclusive giveaway for top followers thing. It's a believable story made to earn his trust and make him drop his guard. The attacker isn't some random person. They're pretending to be a cool tech brand, and they even anticipated his doubts with a ready-made answer. This leads us to the most infamous type of social engineering, phishing. You've heard of it, and it's exactly like it sounds. Attackers cast out a huge net of emails or messages, hoping a few people will bite. The messages are designed to look like they're from a trusted source: your bank, a social media site, a shipping company. A classic phishing email screams, "Your account has been compromised. Click here now to reset your password." The link, of course, goes to a fake website that's a perfect clone of the real one. When you type in your username and password, you're not logging in. You're just handing your keys to the crooks. The giveaways are usually there if you look. A crazy sense of urgency, generic greetings like, "Dear customer," and email addresses that are just slightly wrong. But what if the attack gets personal? That's spear phishing. Unlike the wide net of normal phishing, this is a targeted strike. The attacker does their homework. They'll look you up online, find your name, your job, who you work with, and then build a message just for you. Instead of, "Dear customer," it might say, "Hi Sarah, following up on our meeting, here's that document I promised." Because it feels so specific, you're way more likely to click. That's exactly what's happening to Alex. They used the small detail of him being a follower to make the whole thing feel personal. And these attacks are everywhere. When phishing happens over a text message, it's called smishing. We've all gotten these. FedEx, your package is delayed. Confirm your details here. When it happens over the phone, it's vishing, for voice phishing. That's when a scammer calls you, pretending to be from the government, telling you to pay fake back taxes right now to avoid being arrested. It's all about creating panic. Now let's talk about the prize, that shiny new phone. This is a tactic called baiting. The attacker dangles something you want, the bait, to lure you into a trap. It could be a free gift card or a free movie download. A classic example is leaving a USB stick labeled Q4 salaries in an office lobby. Someone's curiosity will get the best of them, they'll plug it in, and bam, malware installed. For Alex, the phone is the bait, and the official entry portal is the trap. Finally, there's quid pro quo, which is just Latin for something. This is a bit different from baiting. Instead of a prize, the attacker offers a service. Think of a scammer cold calling a big company claiming to be from IT. They'll say, "Hi, this is Bob from tech support. We're seeing some issues. Is your computer running a little slow?" Eventually, they'll find someone who says yes. The scammer then helps them by having them disable their antivirus or give up their password. The victim thinks they're getting help, but they're actually opening the front door for the hacker. All of these, pretexting, phishing, baiting, quid pro quo, are designed to do one thing: exploit our human nature to get around digital walls. And that brings us back to Alex, who's about to see this up close. The web page loaded, it looked perfect, the Tech Glimpse logo was there, the colors matched, and there were slick photos of the Starlight phone. Finalist verification portal, it read. Just a few more steps. The first fields were easy: name and email. Alex typed them in, no problem. His heart was pounding with excitement. The next page loaded. To ensure a fair giveaway, please verify your social media account by logging in below. This proves you're a real person. Underneath were the familiar login buttons for all the major social media sites. This was the final step. He clicked the button for the platform he was on. A pop-up window appeared, asking for his username and password. He started typing, username, PASS, and then he stopped. That tiny voice of doubt he'd shut up earlier came back. Why did they need him to log in here? He looked closer at the pop-up window. He squinted at the URL bar at the very top. It was almost right, but not quite. The real site was socialsite.com. This one read socialsite-login.net. It was so close, designed to be missed. That was it, the red flag, the crack in the whole story. His mind flashed back to everything he knew about online safety. Check the URL. Always check the URL. Suddenly, it all clicked. The random message, the insane prize, the pressure to act fast, the weird request to log in on a separate site. This wasn't a giveaway, it was a harvest. They were farming his login details. If he entered his password, they'd have his social media. And what if he used that same password for his email? His bank? A chill went down his spine. The excitement he felt a second ago turned into pure dread. He slammed the laptop shut. Just like that, his hand was actually shaking a little. He took a deep breath, opened it again, and closed the fake window. He went straight to his social media, found the Tech Glimpse account, and hit report and block. He was so close to falling for it. The bait was perfect, the story was believable, and his own excitement almost sealed the deal. The solution wasn't some antivirus program. It was a single moment of hesitation. It was the decision to just stop, think, and verify. Alex never got the phone. It was never real. He felt a little stupid, but that was quickly replaced by massive relief. He didn't lose any money. He didn't get his accounts stolen. Instead, he got something way more valuable. A real lesson in cybersecurity. He now understood the first line of defense wasn't his firewall, it was his own skepticism. And that is the number one thing you need to remember. Awareness is your ultimate weapon against social engineering. These attacks are built to short-circuit your brain by making you feel something: excitement, fear, curiosity. If you learn to recognize that emotional spike as a warning sign, you can hit the brakes, think logically, and analyze the situation before you click. So how do we fight back? How do we turn our biggest weakness into our biggest strength? It all comes down to a few simple habits. First, be skeptical of everything. This is your new superpower. If an offer seems too good to be true, it is. If an email sends you into a sudden panic, that panic itself is the red flag. Real companies don't operate by scaring you in unsolicited messages. Second, verify, then trust. Never, ever trust an unsolicited message. If you get an email from your bank, don't click the link. Close the email, open your browser, and type in the bank's official website yourself. If you get a text from a delivery service, go to their official site and use the tracking number they gave you. If Microsoft support calls you, hang up and call them back on an official number. Always move the conversation to a channel you control. Third, check the details. Get in the habit of looking closer. Hover your mouse over links to see the real destination URL before you click. On your phone, long press the link to see the full address. Look for tiny spelling mistakes in URLs or email addresses. Fourth, guard your information. Treat your personal data like cash. No legitimate company will ever ask you for your password, full social security number, or bank PIN over email or text. Especially not the password to a different service. And finally, the most important technical defense: turn on multi-factor authentication, MFA. Seriously, do it everywhere. MFA means even if a hacker steals your password, they can't get in because they don't have the second code from your phone. According to reports from companies like Amwins, it has become a standard requirement for cyber defense. It is the single best way to protect your accounts, even if you mess up. The world is full of manipulators. They've been running the same plays for centuries, from old-school con artists to today's digital hackers. They always target our human nature. But by knowing their playbook, you turn your weakness into your greatest strength. Vigilance is the only antivirus that truly works. Have you ever gotten a sketchy email or a text that just felt off? Tell us about it in the comments below. Reading real examples is the best way for all of us to learn how to spot these scams. And if you learned something today about the hidden threat of social engineering, destroy that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss our next video, where we break down the single most effective social engineering trick hackers are using right now. Stay aware and stay safe.